Hey guys, so somebody requested that I did a video talking about my favorite concert experiences, the funniest ones, the most painful ones, whatever, so enjoy. So I saw Motionless in White for the first time back in February of 2014, and of course at the concert there was moshing going on. Now at the time I wasn't completely comfortable with moshing, but I was standing on the edge of the mosh pit pushing them because it's just a lot of fun. So at one point there was this girl who ran into me from behind, and so I just turned around and pushed her, and how can I describe this? Have you ever seen somebody push a board straight down towards the ground? That's exactly how she felt, like straight into the mosh pit. You'd think that if you were standing by the mosh pit, you'd have some you'd have your feet on the ground, you'd be ready to be pushed or bumped into, but now there was nothing. She went straight down. Of course, I ran in after her and picked her up and then kind of pushed her outside, got her away from the edge of the pit. But just to give you a bit of a timeline, then I had my first mosh pit a couple months later in June when I saw Falling Universe live, but that's really irrelevant to this story here coming up. So our tour, which was in July of 2015, I was going to pull my sister through the crowd because we were trying to get up to the front. There was a lot of people standing around. Generally towards the back there's a lot more space. People are more spaced out. They don't really want to get as close to the band members as possible. So we were just kind of going through the crowd trying to get up a little further. Most people were totally cool. Some people actually helped push us through. They're helping get us in front of them. But there was this one person, this one lady and her daughter specifically. They did not want us getting through. I had already passed by her, and then her and her daughter took it upon themselves to actually grab onto my sister, wrap around her. And so of course I continued to pull her. Then the lady decided that it was okay to grab me and start telling me not to do it, not to pull on my sister. And then when that didn't work, she decided to start hitting me. She legitimately started hitting me. I was very confused. I didn't even understand. We were just wanting to get a little bit further up. There's a big space in front of them, but they didn't want it to happen, I guess. And a couple months later in October, I saw Motionless in White once again, along with The Devil Wears Prada and Upon a Burning Body. And the concert was really great. It was a lot of fun. It was really insane. But actually, at one point, I was standing on the edge of the mosh pit. I hadn't been moshing at this point. And so I was just standing on the edge, and because generally at the edge of the mosh pit, there's not a lot of people. There's this side that's empty here because there's a lot of people moshing over there, and then there's the people who are trying to stay away from the mosh pit. So I was just standing there. And then so somebody threw a crowd surfer, because they do that at these concerts, and pretty much all the body weight went straight to the back of my head. So of course, I went straight down to the ground, my beanie fell off, which I'll explain that in a minute why I'm telling you that. And of course, I could hardly even stand up. When I was going to stand up, I couldn't stand up hardly straight, and so I was kind of running through the crowd, well, not running, staggering through the crowd, I guess, trying to get through. Then some people off to the side were really helping me out, making sure I'm standing up straight, and stuff like that. Of course, they were really helpful, like they usually are at these concerts. Because I had lost my beanie, I actually went looking for it afterwards when the concert was over, and because of that, I actually got to grab Chris Motionless's hand, and because he went up to the barricade, he just grabbed people's hands, tell them thanks for coming out and stuff like that. So yeah, it worked out pretty well. So you know what? Thank you to whoever thought it was okay to steal my beanie while I was down on the ground. And actually, the most insane concert I've been to yet was actually earlier this year. I can't remember exactly which month, but it was Icy Stars, Chunk No Captain Chunk, and a couple others I can't remember. The mosh pit was quite out of control, but I loved it, okay? But actually, at one point, someone swung their fist and it hit me right in the nose. Of course, I had a bruise right here, and oh my god. I actually went out of the mosh pit because I couldn't see. I was just crying. I couldn't even help it. Because of course, once you get hit in the nose, you start crying. It's involuntary. And so lots of people were standing around me and like, hey man, are you alright? Do you need some water? I had some people holding up water bottles to me. I love people at these concerts. They're so nice to me. I just ran out of the pit and they're just willing to help and take care of me. But yeah, then as soon as I was, as soon as I could see again, I was like, okay, went straight back in the pit. So yeah, that's all the time I have for now. I hope I didn't annoy you too much with my fast talking and ridiculous stories from concerts, I guess. So I'll be back next week with a video. So yeah, have a great week, you guys.